Okay, now we're back. And in this episode, what we're going to do is we're going to fix up the keypad door that we made last time. So we made this keypad door, which you can open with a keypad, but we forgot to do the end overlap. So I wanted to fix that up for you guys before we go on. But the main part about this video is I wanted to introduce you to materials, which are colors inside of the engine. So let's fix the door, and then we're going to dive into some materials, and we'll color code these doors so we know which is which. So first things first, click on your door, keypad door, and go into the blueprint for it. So you saw me go into the blueprint another way, and that's a quick way to go into the blueprint of things. Now we need to find our end overlap. So this is our end overlap, and right now it's casting to the player saying that when the player overlaps it, just close the door. But we need more code here because we don't want when the player overlaps it to open the door. So what we really want is we want to get all widgets of class first, because we want to take that keypad widget away when they get out of the box. So to get all widgets of class, and the keypad is the one that you want. And then what you want to do is remove that from the parent. So remove from parent. And then what you want to do is you want to get a branch, because you only want this to happen. Connect that first. Hold down B and left click and hook up your branch here. You only want this to happen. You only want it to close if it's open. So since we didn't make a we did make a door open variable right here, we can close that down, or we can say that the correct. So basically I'm gonna say correct, because the only way the door can open is if it's correct, as we see here. So again, the only way the door can close is if it's correct. So I'll leave it like that, and then I'll take the true if it is correct, and I'll say reverse from end. And that should be your code right there. One more thing we could do here is, because when it does pop up on the screen, it shows the mouse, and it sets it to in the game. Let's take the mouse away actually. So move this to the left and get player controller and type set show mouse cursor. Well, the mouse cursor is already going to be gone. Let's just double check it out here. Let's make sure that the mouse cursor doesn't show up before we put that code in. So compile, save, press X, and let's test it out. So you come over here, the mouse comes up, and you go away, and the mouse is still there. So yeah, we need to put that code in there. So right after remove from parent, hook up show mouse cursor to false. Perfect. And that should do it. So let's make sure that's right, and then we'll jump into the materials. So play, doop, doop, type in your code, go away, and your mouse is gone. Beautiful. Mouse comes up, mouse goes away. I like it. Okay. One more thing that we can do, just to make sure everything is good, is drag off your get player controller and put set game input mode to game only. That way you don't have to click back into the screen. It should be straight. Here, let's try that one more time, just to make sure it all works like I want it to. Wrong. Okay. Perfect. Alright. Alright, so now that we've got that handled and we've got that taken care of, and that's fixed all the way, we need to color code these doors, because we need to know the difference between them. You don't have to do this, but this is fun, and this is a good way to learn what are materials. And materials are like textures and colors inside of this engine. So let's play with some of these materials here, just to get an understanding of what materials are. So for our door that is a keypad door, I like the keypad door. Let's make it yellow, right? How are we going to do that? Well, this is how we're going to do it. Click on this door here, and let's actually find the door. So the door right here. Now we see the materials for the door. It has two materials. One of the materials is the glass, okay, and the other material is actually the door. So let's find this door material by clicking this button here, browse, and it's here. Right click that and duplicate it, right? And we're gonna call this mdoor_yellow. Now, open that up. You're gonna see all of this. You're like, what in the... Don't worry. Drag this back. Hold down M on your mouse, on your keyboard, and left click. And you should get a multiply. Then hold down the number 3 on your keyboard and left click. And you'll get this vector color thing. Hook that into B. Hook this one into A. And now let's set our color to yellow. Nothing's changed yet, and that's because we haven't hooked it up. Watch this. There we go. So now we've got a yellow. Save that. Once you save it, I'll show you how to get that color onto the door. So we want that color on this door, so you need it in that space. So, click here. And you can literally just click and drag it here. And there we go. We got a yellow door. So let's do the same thing, and let's make, for our physics door, let's make that green. Since it's always open, you can always go through. Let's do the green for this one. Same thing. Find the door. Go down to the materials. Browse for it. Let's make a duplicate of this yellow. And we'll call it green this time. Okay, now make sure you change the color to green. And this is all you have to do to change the materials of certain things. As you see, materials can get super complex. You can put all kinds of things, all kinds of movement and stuff like that. And maybe we'll do like a some fire in the next one, so you can see just basically what the materials can do, because they are super powerful. So we're going to find that green. And we're going to drag it for the material. So now we've got a green door, we've got a yellow door, and let's make this one a blue door. So go back to your content browser, right click, duplicate the green, and make sure we're going to call this one blue. Alright, double click on that, go in there, change that color to blue. Save. You don't have to click save and apply. It's either apply or you click save, because save does apply for you. Okay. Now we need to color this door right here blue. So drop that blue right in there. And there we go. Now we've got a yellow door, a green door, and a blue door. And now what you can do is you can go through. Since you know which kind of doors, the physics door is the green, the one that's triggered is blue, and the one that's yellow is the keypad door. You can go and place these throughout your level. But before we do that, I think there's one more thing that I want to show you. So for your lockable door, your triggered door, right? What if you wanted this door to only lock if you found something, like a key, right? So for instance, let's make a key. Let's act like this cube is a key, right? So we'll make it into a blueprint, and we'll call it BP key. So come over here on the right hand side, click on this button, static mesh, yes, blueprint name, BP_key. And it's going to be in this folder here. Let's put it in the third person folder in the blueprints. Okay. Alright, so now you got this BP key. First thing you need to do here is add a sphere collision. Okay, and make sure your sphere collision is bigger than the key. That's like just the most important part here. Just making sure it's bigger than the key, like that. Perfect. Save. Now we need to write some code in here, right? So go down here to the event graph, click on your sphere, scroll all the way down to on begin overlap. And the other actor that we want is the third person character. So when the third person character overlaps that sphere, then we need to give them some kind of variable for that door, right? So let's say that this door, we need to go back and edit it. So let's click on this door, open blueprint editor. Okay, and so when it opens, we need to say that it can only open if they have that variable that we're about to create. So create a branch here, plug it into play, and then we need to create this variable. So click on your third person character, or find them down here, and let's create a variable here like found blue key. Okay, and we can keep it as a boolean. Trigger door save. Now next thing we need to do is open up our BP key, and when the player overlaps that sphere, we need to first destroy the actor. We want the sphere to disappear, so write that. But before you do that, let's get that variable found, and we're going to set it. Set found blue key. Set that to true. Cool. Now let's go back to our door. Now the only way that the door will open is if found blue key, so get that, plug it up to the branch, is true. If it is false, the door should not open, right? And here we can do the same thing. We could put the branch down here so it doesn't close on us too. So if they do have the blue key, reverse from the end. So copy and paste that. You just hook those up like that. And now we should see this happen correctly. So if they've run into this blue key, which we can make this blue, but yeah, let's actually make it blue because this is introduction to materials. We're not going to use the same blue for that. We're going to make a whole nother blue. So right click in your content browser and create a material, and we'll call this shiny blue. Okay, open it up, hold 3 and left click, connect that to your base color. This is going to be your base color, so we can change it to blue. Now in order to make it shiny, we need to mess with the roughness, or we can mess with both the metallic and the roughness. So let me show you what roughness does. Hold the number 1 and left click. Now you've got a scalar. So plug that into your roughness, and now we can control it here with this slider. 0 means super shiny, 1 and above means not shiny at all. It's roughed. I want mine to be 0. And then we'll do 1 again, and we'll plug this one into metallic. Now 0 is not metallic, and 1 is all the way metallic. So let's put it somewhere in between. There we go. Save. And that's our shiny blue. Wasn't that easy? Materials are not hard in this engine. So let's change this to shiny blue. Come over here and type in shiny blue. Oh, okay. Now let's test it out and see if it works. Let me put this over here just in case I don't accidentally run into it. Okay, so when I go here, nothing is happening. But when I pick up this key and I go here, now the door is open and it closes. Cool. So good. We got a good little understanding of how to manipulate materials, and we kind of fixed up our door. We color coded our doors, and I think that's where I'm going to leave it on this episode. On the next episode, like I said, I would want y'all to go through and place these doors, you know, on your own. But I'm gonna place mine on the next episode, and then we'll start making these rooms cool, because right now this looks like nothing. So we need to make it into an environment. So that's what we'll do next time. So thank you for joining me this time. If you have any questions or anything like that, leave it in the comments below, and stay tuned. All right, Joe. I'll holla at you. Peace.